So I've been unemployed for a little over a month now, and it's different, bro. Usually, I guess in this climate, like I would bounce back, get a job, and just be fine, right? But I also feel a little bit of guilt. The reason why I say that is because in 2022 I left law. Like I was like, you know what, I'm not doing law anymore. Let me go do what my passion was, right? Did the passion, and the issue with that was like it just didn't work out. Basically, going and doing something that should have been a hobby and trying to make it a full-time job doesn't translate when it comes to bills and things like that. So I ended up going back into law, and law, I don't say it changed, but I definitely knew that it was time for me to kind of like step away. Fast forward, just now in the market, it is rough, yo. Like there are jobs that I apply to that I'm overqualified for, and the biggest hurdle is the rejection of knowing you can do the job. And it's not that you have to prove yourself to do the job, it's just more so it's like, like what, like like a legal assistant, an admin assistant, or shit. Like I've haven't applied to like certain things, but like door dashing, like they have a wait list. Gig jobs wait list, and it's like what is the cultural reset, right? Where like you're overqualified for jobs because jobs are just like, we just hiring freezes, or it's just like, yo, like you're not going to stay here long. It's not about staying there long. It's like, bro, like bills have to be paid. Like, are we? What happened? Like, I'm genuinely curious because it makes me wary because for me, like savings and stuff like that, like I'm not gonna lie to you, like I don't have an extensive savings account, right? That's number one. Number two, LinkedIn and those like platforms, I'm not really a fan of. I don't do the networking on there and getting to know people because I'm of the mindset it's like, yo, it just feels like begging, right? And when I say it feels like begging, I just don't want to be that person where it's like, yo, like when I am working, like I look at LinkedIn, and I see other people's posts, I like it, I comment and stuff like that. But when you need work, it feels like y'all know what I'm talking about. I think y'all do. Where it's like, yo, like you're on LinkedIn, it's like, yo, help me, help me, help me, help me. So I try not to even look at the posts. I just look at the jobs, and a lot of those jobs aren't there. Prime example. New Year's Eve, I applied for a job around like 8:10, right? I got a rejection at like 11:17 that same night. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's a little bit weird that on New Year's Eve, like, you get a rejection like right before the New Year's. And I kind of got in my own head. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, shit, like, am I not good enough? Like, what should I do? So again, gig jobs, been looking, especially over the holidays, it was rough because everybody was doing the gig jobs. Everybody's doing the UPS. Everybody's doing the Amazon. They doing the Sparks and stuff like that, right? So maybe I need to go back and look at those. But what I have done, here's what I have done, is obviously looking for jobs. That's a given. Every day I carve time out to apply for jobs, right? Number two, I've been focused, like laser focused in content, like things that I do that I'm very happy about that actually keep my mind off of doing like everything else, right? But most importantly is I try to leverage my personality, the things that I do, the TikTok shop and stuff like that, to offset bills. I see a lot of people who make those videos of, hey, I make 10K a month on a TikTok shop. I made this doing content creation. And most likely, a lot of them are lying. They're just selling courses and stuff like that, which is fine. But for me, I've just learned that it's like, yo, like going forward, I don't ever want to be in the position to have this again. Basically, I want to have the 9 to 5 because I like the structure. I like people. I like to build and bond with people for a little bit. My social media is very slow, like very low. But I also know that I should have a secondary source of income at any given time. Because trust me, somebody's man, somebody's daddy, bills have to be paid. And I'm promising myself that I won't ever put myself in a position to not be like without again. That's what I'm kind of promising myself here. Because it's rough, yo. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I sit like I am now, and it's like, you know what? structuring out the bills, structuring out the things I need to do. And it gets to you, so you try to like, push it to the side and get things like off your mind, right? But ultimately the name of the game for me is get a job. Job. Get a job. I don't know who's gonna see this. I don't know. But again, it's been a month in. It's definitely rough. It's difficult to think about, but I guess this too shall pass. But I'm going to keep applying for jobs. I really hate looking at LinkedIn. I really do. It's just so frustrating. But yeah, this is my little vent. A month in. Let's see what's to it, yo. Just praying for the best. Praying for the best. But if I could close out, I'll say this: the job that I want isn't a job that wants me. The job that I want is going to be the job that I'm happy with. I don't care about company culture. I don't care about, the benefits, all that. I want a job that I can say, you know what? I go to this job every day and I'm happy with the mission. The mission. I know that sounds crazy, but let me just a little, explain and I'll shut up. My mission is paying these goddamn bills, making sure that this roof stays over my and the kids' heads. That simple, right? But ultimately, where I want to work at is a place that I can literally wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm happy going to that destination. I've always felt like that. Like every job that I've ever had, I always felt like I enjoyed that job, right? But I'm somebody who has long tenures at jobs, 5 years, 5 years, 4 years, stuff like that. So this last 2.5 years have been really, really rough. Thinking like, oh, like what happened? Like, and somebody had said something to me. It was like, yo, like people aren't staying at jobs that long because they're not happy with being at those places and their job security is not there, right? And that's fine. But to to land is this. Like I want to feel like I'm valued again. And when I say valued, meaning like I put my everything into where I work at, regardless of it being a 9 to 5 or my 5 to 9. I put a lot of effort into everything that I do. And obviously, like some people just aren't going to appreciate it. They're like, yo, like you're a number, like just do number shit. But for me, it's just like, I don't want that anymore. That's why I left law. I felt like a number. I felt like somebody who was just like another cog on the wheel. Like I want to show that I'm important. That's it. I want to show that I have value. Yeah.